Now come to powdering. The traditional way is to pound the dry herbs into powder, which my father do it very often. Sometimes I saw him pounding for hours, to prepare the medicine for the patients. It is quite a hard work. Then this is another traditional herbs grinder. The Chinese call it the boot, because it looks like a boot. First you pound the herbs and make it loose. Then you put the pieces of the herbs into the boot. Use both hands holding the central wheel and roll it to and fro, roll it to and fro until the herbs become powder. This kind of grinding is very tedious too. My friend who worked as a herbal apprentice also worked with the boot before. He said this is hell of a work. But the herbs smell good and memorized him. Eventually he went to China to study TCM and become a very famous TCM doctor in my town, Alosta. He told me for costly and precious herbs, he still used the boat to grind. Until this day, he still claimed that the herbs ground by the boat is the best. I have not used a boat before. At first, it looked funny to me. I joked with him, this looked like the artifact from the Stone Age. Who is going to use it anymore? He whacked me, because of my command. He said, "Fish, you should not say like that. In some remote village where there's no electricity to run the grinder, then they can produce the boat using hardwood or stone easily. Maybe the boat is a good choice or the only choice for them." Since then, actually, I have great respect for the boat. We as herbalists, sometimes we have that kind of romantic fantasy that one day we settle down in a village, collect the wild herbs by ourselves, dry them and ground them using the boat, while rolling and the grinding wheel to and fro like rolling a boat. Maybe we can hear the famous Indonesian song, the Sing Sing Saw, the Sing Sing Saw, the Sing Sing Saw. Then mix the herbs powder with honey and make it into honey globules. Then dispense it with the patient that comes to us. With this boot alone, we become a self-sufficient herbalist. From collecting the herbs until the production of the pill, we do it one-man show. Of course, fantasy never happened in real life. I established DXN and run around the world, where I got time to settle down in village. My friends also become very famous TCM doctors every day with so many patients. He also told me our village settling down dream did not work. Joking aside, we shall keep this tradition just in case some off-grid area they need it. Then come the modern grinder. When you buy the grinder, make sure you buy those come with a small grinding cup, which is for grinding dry. This is for dry grinding, like what is shown here. Some grinder in the market is special for power grinding. This is another type. If you are more serious, you can buy a stainless steel tabletop herbal grinder. This is actually a very common herb grinder. You can even mail order it. I use this kind of grinder when I study the herbs. I buy one for my father, and he fell in love with it at the first sight. Grinding all his beloved herbs later with this grinder, no more pound like mad for hours. I asked him, is the herbs powdered by machine is equally effective compared with the hand pound herbs? He assured me it is quite effective, so it is safe to use a blender or grinder. Then process the herbs. First you have coarse grinding. Just broken down the herbs into small pieces and not grind into powder yet. You can filter with coarse filter like this. This is a cup filter. where there is a finger trigger, okay, for you to trigger the powder inside to help to filter it. Now, worst come to worst, you have no filter at hand, then use the normal coffee filter. Then you get two portions of herbs. Now, one is the coarse pieces, and the other one is the powder that filtered through the sieve. You can group some of them using your special secret formula and making it into nice herbal tea. Good for diffusion by hot water. In my previous video and in future video, when I say simmering, actually I mean diffusing it with hot water without boiling. Now, you can also grind the herbs into very fine powder. To buy the flour sieve to sieve the herbs, you can also get the flour sieve easily from the open market like in supermarket. And this is how people sieve the flour. You sieve the herbs powder in the same way. Then of course you can buy the herbal sieve. Would the sieve give you very fine herbal powder? For making the honey globules, about 80 mesh filter is sufficient. A mesh is the measurement of the opening in your sieve per linear inch. The higher the number, the finer is the powder. For mixing with drinks, to make herbal drinks, the mesh is between 100 to 200. Mesh is normally indicated in the sieve now when you buy it. Now this is the herbal powder you get. As you see, sometimes the powder is colorful too. As my friend told me, he is mesmerized by the aromatic smell of the herbs. When you grind the herbs using the wood, you are advised to store the herbal powder into colored bottle, not the clear bottle. This is to avoid direct sunlight. Unprocessed raw herb is okay to expose to light. They are not so sensitive to sunlight. That's why you can store them in clear jar and in clear plastic. But for powdered herbs, the protective layer is destroyed and it is sensitive to oxidation and the quality is deteriorated if exposed to strong light. If you are serious, you can buy the whole set of sieve and feel professional about it. This is the powders for herbs and spices. Not only the aroma is memorizing, the color is also very charming. There are many more machines that we can grind the herbs, but here we focus on home grinding. We may cover the machine in future when we talk about setting up herbal factory. Here ends our discussion about powdering the herbs. In next video, we are going to talk about how to make herbal honey globules from the herbal powder. Thank you.